Yeah, Tacky Mama and Sugar T here. We back, baby. We back. We back for the end. The end, honey. We end. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, today's topic, what we want to gossip about, child, honey. We gonna gossip about them shade tree mechanics. That's what we gonna gossip about. Them shade tree mechanics. They don't know nothing about a car. The butt crack always showing. Butt crack always showing, child. Teeth look like they can eat chicken. They done ate one chicken and can eat another one for dinner. Supper. Their fingers stay greasy all the time, like they've been eating a greasy piece of chicken or playing in oil. It stay greasy. They keep a cigar, y'all. Keep an old funky cigar, old stank funky cigar in the side of their mouth. Side of their mouth, you know what I'm talking about. Whew, goodness. And then last but not least, they get them a sock and put the beer down in the sock, the can of beer down in the sock, and walk around drinking the sock off. And the other thing, honey, the wife don't even want to sleep with him. I don't blame him. I don't want to sleep with him either. If he can eat that many chickens in a day, eat one, his teeth look that bad, I wouldn't. Because I met a shade tree, a shade tree mechanic. He lived over in the town. And me and my mama was sitting in the car, and the man that we was riding with, he had get his car fixed. And he got out and he was talking. This black man come from the back. I ain't trying to be racist. But his teeth looked like he'd been chewing on a rock. His fingers was greasy. Now the other guy, which was a white guy, his butt crack was shown. I don't forgot their name. They would call each other boss. Boss, you got this, boss. I wonder if the boss man really could distinguish who was boss and who was not. But the black guy had a stank cigar. The white guy had a stank cigarette. I'm like, what is up with these brothers? One black guy told the neighbor that we was riding with, that's who we was riding with, Mr. Hilliard. Me and my wife don't sleep in the bed. Now, who business is that? What? Who business? You must be stank. Your wife ain't in the bed with you. Must be don't want to spell each other farts. I guess. I don't know, child. I don't know, honey. But anyway, the one that looked like he been chewing on rock, like I said, he looked like he could tear a chicken up. His fingers were so greasy. He just grabbed. He didn't mess around. That brother was bad. That brother could put a motor on his chest and slide up under the car with the motor and hit the motor with his feet. And I'm telling you, them shade tree mechanics, you don't play with them. They know a thing or two. You don't mess with them shade tree mechanics, honey. You mess with them. But anyway, one of them, he had a beer. I noticed he had a sock. You remember them old tube socks, Tacky, Sugar, and they had the rings around the top of tube socks. Everybody would wear them. But that was the thing back in the 70s. Tube sock. You had yourself a tube sock. You was the coolest kid on the block. But anyway, he had him a beer down in tube sock, drinking it. I'm like, now what in the world? So Mr. Hill said, what you doing with that? What you doing? What you drinking a soda? He gonna pull the sock down and show Mr. Hill a Miller beer in the bottle. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. So after that, I guess they was went round the back with the guys. All of them went round the back. So he told, here, you pull your car up. So they pulled the car up and changed the tires and did. But that white guy, he kept bending over. I don't know if he had on any drawers, Sugar, because his butt crack kept showing. And I was glad when that other black guy, they had a little Asian guy there that worked around the corner. He would go there and sit because, he had a Chinese place, sold Chinese food at his house. I'm like, this the 70s. You selling Chinese food at your house? But anyway, every time the white guy would bend over, his butt crack would show. Every time he bent over, his butt crack would show. Then the other guy with the bad teeth, I would hate to see him come. I got out the car one time to go to the machine, you know, the snack machine, back them old time snack machine. I went to get me some chips and boy, that cigarette smelled like it was 40 years old. No, it wasn't a cigarette. It was old stank cigar. It was wet and he lighted and thing would go out. Smelled like it was 40 years old. Great day. And his teeth, his teeth had a mark where the cigar was one of them old big cigars. You could see that he'd take it out of his mouth and his teeth mark was in the cigarette, in the cigar. And he'd be talking and going on, and I looked at his mouth. I almost like to laugh, especially when Mama said his mouth looked like he could eat a whole chicken. I thought that was the funniest thing. I had to keep going down in the seat, honey. But I tell you, a shade tree mechanic, if that's the kind of man you want, you go ahead and get you a shade tree mechanic. Quite frankly, I ain't want to be bothered. I ain't want to be bothered with no man, grease head, grease all. He wash his hands, they still greasy and dirty looking. I don't want that. But see, now, if he got dirt on his fingernail, he can clean the dirt. But all that grease over his hand, there's been in so much grease to his hands, turn black. Just turn black. You got anything you want to say, Sugar? I don't think I can go with shade tree mechanic. They don't know, too much about cars. I had one to work on my car, took the motor out, didn't know how to put the motor back in. My little red Mustang. And I'm waiting on him. And so I had to get a wrecker to go up there and get my car and bring it home. And me and my dad and my mama said, Holly, what's wrong with it? Did he fix it? I said, no, Mama, he didn't fix it. She said, well, what's wrong with it? Dad looked back in the door and said, she let her train a shade tree mechanic work on it. I'm like, well, that's probably the end of it. That's probably the right answer because he took everything loose. And when I went up there to ask him, he said, well, I got to get these wires. I got to figure out. When he said that, I said, let me take this Mustang and put it back in the yard. Never drove my Mustang again. Tore my Mustang up, guts and all hanging out of it. Couldn't drive it no more. That come from me driving. I'm talking about the shade tree mechanic. I was driving the car without no oil. What you got to say, Sugar? Got these shade tree mechanics. I don't know. I don't know. I can see why his wife sleeping.
He trained.
Something going on with him. So I don't know if I can deal with a shade tree mechanic. I don't know. At least they was bringing home food. I guess they was feeding their family. The way they look like they didn't take a bath. Look like they just get up, put on the same clothes every day.
Like a grease monkey?
Yeah, grease monkey. That's what they call, one place we went, that's what they called the guy, grease monkey. He was a black guy now, nothing racial. Watch your mouth now. This sugar tea and all. Attacking mama, watch your mouth now, nothing racist. This is comedy, baby. But I don't got what was that place we went, they called the guy, the black guy, the grease monkey. Well, they call all of them grease monkey, but they shouldn't have been calling the black guy grease monkey.
Can't think of it.
Honey, child. And he was real greasy, too. Everybody worked there looked kind of greasy and old and tore up. I mean, worked over. This all worked over. Oh, goodness. That was... But anyway, y'all, that's the talk for today. That's the gossip for today. Shade tree mechanic. If you want that, then you go get it. Hey, that's your business. But we'll be talking to you. This is Tacky Mama and Sugar D. Hey there, we get ready to go on off. We'll chill with y'all later. Bye.
Back at you.
Peace. You're going to take it to...